and welcome to the webinar. Today we're going to be talking about SalesLogix 8.1. And just before we get started, I wanted to let everyone know we are doing this webinar through GoToWebinar, which means that all of the attendees are muted. So if you have any questions or any concerns during the webinar, feel free to submit your questions in the panel on the right-hand side, or click the raise hand button and I'll reach out to you individually to give you a hand. Without further ado, I'm going to pass over to our first presenter for today, Jim Nixon. Jim Nixon is the SalesLogix Practice Manager here at Infinity. So, Jim?
Great. Thank you, Matthew. As Matthew said, this is Jim Nixon. I'm the SalesLogix Practice Manager at Infinity. We're excited this morning to be able to share with you some of the new changes that have happened within the SalesLogix version 8.0 and 8.1. I know a lot of you that are on the line haven't jumped over to the 8.0 yet, so we want to give you a little bit of background on that, and then go into the what's new on the 8.1. So today we're going to have with us Jakub Wierzynski, the President and CEO of Infinity Infosystems. Emily Ukers is going to be presenting. She's the Senior Sales Engineer for Swiftpage, and we're honored this morning to have Lorcan Malone with us, who's the Senior VP and General Manager of SalesLogix. He'll be jumping in a little bit later in the presentation. So here's the agenda for this morning. Like I said, we're going to jump into show a little bit of the 8.1, what's new, then jump into 8.1, talk a little bit about the launch and features and enhancements, look at the SalesLogix roadmap, jump right in and take a look at an interactive demo of the SalesLogix 8.1 platform, discuss next steps, and then open it up for questions. So there's several enhancements that come with 8.0. which is the ribbonized toolbar within the rich web client, or the LAN client rather, the full Windows version. It's also support for Unicode in LAN. Many of you know that there was support for Unicode in the web. It's now been brought into the LAN as well. They also introduced lead mail merge. They've added in a tool to allow you to allow admins to add and modify screens right within the web itself, so you can configure and add fields, so you don't have to jump in and be a coder to be able to make changes to the screen. And it takes effect immediately, so that way you can see what has changed and test it out while you're working. We're kind of excited about the job server. It's a way to offload those long-running processes off of the client and put them onto the server, and then let the user know that the report that they've run is now ready, or if they've done some sort of export or custom job that takes a long time. So that way it frees up all those long-running processes that you would have on the web that in the past has kind of locked it up or made the system unusable for the user while they're running those kind of jobs. Whether it be exporting a large list or doing some sort of custom territory realignment, we can now move those over server side and let the users continue on with their work as they're waiting for the job to finish. So we have also the option to do multiple deployments. So because it is a web technology portion, you can deploy this to the cloud. You can also have the thick client and the web client on-premise, or you can do a hybrid if you need to expose portions of your data to the cloud environment while still containing access to your data on-site. They've introduced scrollable grids within the web, so there's no more page views. So if you're looking at your notes and history section, you don't have to click through it. You can kind of scroll through the list of history items, very similar to the experience that you get within the LAN client. Also been several modifications, enhancements to the activity and calendar, including pop-up alerts in the web. So that way, if an activity is happening, it's not hidden in the background anymore. It's popped right up on top of the screen. Improved the history and adding notes and completing activity screens. and allowed to have access to see multiple team member calendar items. So when you're within the SalesLogix web and you're looking at the calendar, and you can actually look at multiple users at a time, as opposed to in the past where it's been one person at a time. Also, they've improved upon the group builder within the web, so it's more easy to use and more intuitive, more along the lines of what you've seen in the LAN client for those of you that have that experience. All right, I'm going to turn it over to Emily Yoker. She's going to walk through the enhancements for 8.1.
Great, thanks, Jim. Are you going to give me control, or am I just going to tell you when to hit the next slide? All right, there we go. Okay, great. So that was very good, Jim. To piggyback on top of that and to talk about what we have planned for the launch in version 8.1, we've expanded on the things that Jim has already covered in the 8.0 upgrade. Here are the timelines. We have a release candidate as of today. That was available over the weekend. And that's marching forward to a North American release to market later this week on December 18th. That looks like that's actually tomorrow. And then the actual North American launch is scheduled for January 9th, and that is really when we would make it widely available to all of our partners and our customers. Version 8.1, as it says here, is really the next evolution of the 8.0 platform. So it's, as I said at the beginning, it's the next step, so to speak, of all of the 8.0 features and enhancements. Next slide. Great. So key things here, Outlook integration. We've been planning to address this for quite some time, and it's now here in version 8.1. You'll see some enhancements inside of Outlook, primarily the new Outlook toolbar with all of your options in one centralized view. You don't have to navigate around to find all of your different personalized options for synchronizing email, calendar, and contacts. We've also given you access to the library within Outlook. So now you can drill into all of your library attachments that are in SalesLogix and attach them directly through Outlook. And then you'll see the third screen here is actually those synchronization options where you can view the logging. You can also view various different options for Send SLX and all of your other calendar and contact integration. All right, next slide. Social. Okay, one of my favorites here. So we're going to be able to track Twitter and LinkedIn integration within SalesLogix. So I'm able to track the social activity of the people that I have relationships with in SalesLogix. I can also search through Twitter based on the hashtagging that we're already used to and take action upon the tweets and the posts that I find. And I can take SalesLogix action, I can reply, I can take advantage of not just SalesLogix capabilities, but also the ability to retweet and respond. It also gives me that at-a-glance view of what my contacts and my accounts are up to socially. So before I make that important phone call to that customer or that lead, I can go to their social thread and I can see what they're posting out there, because I can use that either as an icebreaker or I can at least be aware of some sensitive information before I place that phone call. And if they're prospects or leads, that'll enable me to better penetrate that account versus just having a cold call. And then you'll be able to see all of the social activity unfold over time in the social timeline view. All right, next slide. Multiple attendees per activity, long overdue. Very happy about this one as well. I can now invite multiple people to an activity. They don't have to be on the same account that I'm working with. So I can invite a customer, and I can invite a vendor from another account record. I can invite other SalesLogix users, all to the Participants tab of the activity. I can then also define what their role is. Are they a decision maker? Are they there to just provide support and feedback? Are they going to record the notes of the meeting? And then every time the activity gets completed, it records history on each of those participants and attendees. And then it's also speed search enabled. So when I want to find the people that I'm going to invite to the activity itself, I can use the very powerful speed search capability inside of SalesLogix already. And this also introduces the concept of users who actually are users of SalesLogix, as well as contacts and employees, which would be other people that would be invited on the Participants tab that are not necessarily users. Okay, next slide. Okay, the modern mobile experience. Go ahead and just hit down. Let's go ahead and expand all of the screenshots here. Modern mobile. So mobile was actually, mobile version 3, which is our next generation mobile, was launched in October, so a little bit ahead of 8.1. It's compatible with 8.0 and 8.1 as well. This really gets us into the next stage of our award-winning mobile solution. We've redesigned the layout quite a bit. So not as much swiping any longer. We have the left global menu and the right context menu that allow us to filter into what we're looking for a little bit more easily while still maintaining that main view. We've also added additional quick actions, so I can see, how stale a record is, when was the last time somebody touched this record, and then also leverage the common things that I want to do on my tablet or my smartphone, which are, go directly into the account. I want to add an attachment, so attachment support is also new. I want to schedule an activity with them. I want to click to dial, maybe GPS their location. So all of the things and the functions that I'm used to from my tablet and my mobile experience are all quickly there at a glance and at an easy tap. And then also, in addition to hashtag searching and speed search enablement, we have added KPIs and charts. So we've got some key performance metrics and some dashboards embedded into mobile now. All of this is completely configurable because, remember, mobile is a platform. It allows us to customize our mobile experience for our specific needs. So quite a bit is there out of the box, but we've also got several award-winning case studies out there on our mobile customization capabilities. All right, next slide. Okay, improved reporting, server-side export to Excel and widgets. So we've made lots of new improvements around native reporting. Upgrade to Crystal Reports 2011. We're taking reporting server-side. We're giving you the ability to schedule a report to run in the off hours if you want to do that in the evening. You also have access to running the report and then closing the dialogue and continuing your working capabilities within SalesLogix. So it's no longer tying up your the resources on your local workstation. We've also been able to drill into the history. So we have a snapshot of our reports over time. If we need to do comparison analysis between today's report and what happened last month. And I can take that report and actually download it locally as a PDF attachment. So I've always got access to it. I can treat it like any other file attachment that I would normally treat by being able to, attach it to an email, put it in a shared location to somebody that may not have access to SalesLogix. It's treated just like any other file attachment. We've also added some additional website widgets, so we're able to add one more capability into our dashboard. All right, next one. All right, this one I'll leave up for a little bit here, the desktop integration. This is our new support for 64-bit. This is also the browser compatibility chart that we're going to be extending into. So a couple things here. When you download desktop integration now, it will detect if you're using 64-bit, and it will apply that appropriately. We're also going to increase or include support now for 2007, 2010, and 2013, and those are Office versions. So we've got a lot of new support here in the 64-bit arena. We've got the vCard capability with Internet Explorer. Still going to support all the latest versions of IE, Firefox, Chrome, and Safari, but you'll see here primarily we're going to have 64-bit support, which we've been waiting for quite some time here. So I know this is a pretty important slide for a lot of you that are waiting to upgrade or wondering if your integration is going to be supported on your current platform. And Infinity will have a copy of this available to anybody who needs to see it going forward. All right, next slide. All right, here's our browser compatibility for SalesLogix 8 and 8.1. Windows 8 as well as 8.1 is going to be supported. We also have the drag and drop capability support with the Firefox 10 and IE 10. We're adding the IE 11, the latest Chrome, and the latest Safari. This is another step towards getting it to be browser agnostic. So we've got support here for all the most popular browsers and latest versions and adding the 64-bit. 32-bit is still required for the drag and drop from Outlook and Mail Merge. But the Safari support is here, latest Firefox as well. Right. Next slide. Okay, coming in 2014, I'll turn this over to, I believe, Lorcan.
Yeah, we're going to hand this over to Lorcan Malone, who's the Senior VP and General Manager of SalesLogix. He was with the General Manager of Sage CRM prior to Swiftpage acquiring SalesLogix. He came over with that acquisition. He's had several years of delivering IT solutions for Fortune 100 organizations and extensive experience with large-scale projects. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Lorcan.
Yeah, thanks, Jim, and thanks to everybody on the call for taking the time with us today. And we're extremely excited at Swiftpage to have this opportunity to present the SalesLogix roadmap to you. And as Emily has covered, the 8.0 platform is our long-term platform for the future. And what you're seeing in 8.1 and what you'll see next year are some very exciting features built on that platform. And the first one will come out in the first quarter is our Outlook sidebar. And this will give you in context information directly from SalesLogix into your Outlook client, and it will relate to the emails you're looking at the time, and this is completely configurable, and you will be able to take action from within Outlook on those records. So this is coming back to our concept of having CRM where and when you need it, just like our mobility platform. And we think this is going to be a stunning feature. We've already showcased it to a number of clients who want to be early adopters, and the feedback has been fantastic. And we look forward to being able to present this to you in the first quarter of next year, and I think this is going to be really exciting. We go to the next one, Jim. Elsewhere next year, so the big investments we're making are around mobility and marketing integration. So we will continue to develop our mobility story. As Emily has shown you, Mobility 3.0. We've won many awards for our mobility platform, and it's central to the heritage of the product. And next year, look forward to further enhancements with the ability to pull groups through to the mobile, the smart caching capabilities, and many more enhancements. Other things to look forward to next year. In the first half of next year, we're rewriting Exchange integration. So we've run Exchange Link for a number of years, which uses the old Microsoft MAFI interface. We're going to rewrite that using our S-Data interface, talking to the Microsoft Exchange Web Services interface. So this will be a significant enhancement to the system, and I know a lot of large customers are looking forward to that, and that will come out in the first half of next year. Other big things that are going on next year, Engage integration, which is about integrating with our Swiftpage e-marketing platform, but also we will continue to support multiple e-marketing platforms, whether you're running Sales Fusion, Eloqua, Mercato, or any other platform. We will absolutely support that from SalesLogix. Our advanced analytics story is very compelling with our OEM relationship with Spotfire, and 8.1 integrates the latest version of Spotfire, and that's a story we intend to deliver throughout next year. And then finally, the mobile as a platform on the bottom right. As we continue to build out our mobile capabilities, we see the CRM world going to building user-driven apps around what a user needs. So having just enough CRM exactly where and when you need it, and our mobile platform will allow you to do that. So we see the user experience of CRM dramatically changing over the next couple of years and moving predominantly to a mobile or tablet platform. And we believe we've got the best platform in the market to allow you to do that. And we will, of course, do more presentations and webinars on that capability. But they're the things we have coming through for 2014. I think there's a lot of exciting developments and plenty to look forward to. Thanks, Jim.
Great. Thank you, Larkin. For those that had not joined our 3.0 mobile webinar, we do have a link to it that we can provide you if you reach out, and that way you can take a look at the recording, or you can work with the account management team to get a demo set up. So right now we're going to hand this back over to Emily. She's going to lead us through the demo of the 8.1 platform. Emily, are you there? I think you may be muted. There you are.
I was muted. I apologize. I was muted. So everybody can see my screen showing here. All right. So let's go ahead and get started with the social integration. So we've got a few things when it comes to social. First, you'll go into tools and options to actually authorize your social media capabilities. So every individual user who wants to authorize their services, you'll have the new Authorize tab here where you will set that up. And then once it's configured and set up, we go into our contacts or our leads, and you're going to have these 3 additional profile tabs here. If you're already using one of the timeline features, such as the account timeline, you're going to recognize this view. This is social media, though. This is integration with LinkedIn and Twitter, so I can follow and see what posts are being made. You'll notice down here under your year and your month timeline, you can see where the activity really picks up, and you can hover over and see what these tweets might be, and I can then take action on this. So these are my SalesLogix actions. I can create a new note or a new lead, for instance. I can set up a phone call or a to-do, and then I can base that. It'll take the context of this tweet and put it in the new activity for me. So this is considered a a horizontal visualization of social activity that provides some ability for us to take action on those. Then we can also go into what we would consider more of the traditional vertical feed. So we can see the social updates that Kevin's making out here. Looks more like what I'm used to with a LinkedIn or a Twitter feed. And you'll see here that we can come in and take SalesLogix action directly from here. So let's go ahead and we want to set up a phone call with Kevin. You'll see that it takes his post from LinkedIn, and we'll discuss we'll discuss opportunities. All right, we'll go ahead and schedule that for tomorrow. We're pretty familiar already with all of the scheduling capabilities there. So that is our social update. If I had his Twitter feed in here as well, it would also show me the ability to retweet. So I could take advantage of all of the other Twitter capabilities that we're used to in the feed, retweeting them, sharing them, favoriting them, responding to them. All of that would appear here. And then we'll go into his actual social profile, and this shows me Kevin's LinkedIn page, how I could navigate directly out to that site. I can see his specialties here. All of this is designed to enable you to more powerfully connect with your leads, some of the raw relationships that maybe you haven't established very well. You can use the social integration to learn more about that company and that person, so you have the opportunity and you have the information you need to establish a better relationship. But it's also designed to help you further penetrate your existing accounts and relationships, keep on track of what's going out in the social universe directly within your CRM. So very, very powerful in that particular sense there. Okay. All right, so next let's go into activity management. So now we're going to go schedule an activity. And we've got one more social thing we're going to cover in a little bit, but we're going to move down through activities first. So we're going to come in here and set up meeting to review presentations. And we have the new participants tab here. So this is where I can come in, and Kevin's already included because he's my default contact here. But we want to add a participant, and this is my seed search capability. So I could come in here and search off of John, And then we can go ahead and select, we want to include John here. We also want to include John Smith. And you'll see John is with, John Peroni here is with Swiftpage. John Smith here is with Hewlett-Packard. We're adding various attendees from other companies, okay? And then we're going to give them the role. John is actually going to be the recorder, for instance, or maybe he's the vendor. Just like any other pick list, you're going to put what you want here, and this is just what's here by default. I could also go ahead and add a lead if I wanted to, or another contact to this particular method. Keeping in mind that we're going to just schedule the activity for now, but after the activity actually gets completed, whatever results happen at the end of that activity will record the history on all the participants. So we're introducing that philosophy of, and there's my reminder, I'm going to go ahead and just dismiss that. Oh, there we go. We're going to go ahead and record history. So we're introducing the philosophy of users, employees, contacts in a more expansive capability or perspective, because we want to include people that might not necessarily be a SalesLogix user at various different companies there. Okay? So next, let's go into reporting. We'll jump into the new report view here. And we're not removing any of the reports that you're already used to, and any reports that you've already created and designed will be compatible as well. But if you come in here, we can see, all the reports with a little bit more detail here in more of a grid view. And if I wanted to come in and let's go ahead and look at, what was the one I was going to, here we go. Let's use the history summary sample. We're going to just select that report, and if we right-click, we can run the report. Right? And that's going to go ahead and start the reporting capability. I'm going to use my parameters here. I don't want to do all records. Let's just go ahead and filter off of the current user. And if I wanted to, I could do additional field and parameter matching here. We'll just leave it at the default. We're going to include the notes in the history report because those are important. And then we can go ahead and give this, John's copy or something. We'll just give it a name. The format also, we can choose various different formats here. We're going to just go ahead and select PDF for the purposes of the demo. And by clicking Finish, it's going to start running that report. I'm going to close this, and we're going to go view the social buzz here. Before we do that, let's look at the schedules. So we've got some scheduled reports here. We can schedule things for off hours, especially those resource-intensive reports. They'll be ready for us in the morning when we come in. And then we also have our history view. Looks like I'm getting some internet flowage here. But our history view would be a snapshot in time that would allow me to go look at last week's report. So it's going to be static. It's going to allow me to pull up and compare last week's results compared to this week's. And I can take that physical attachment and actually treat it like any other file. So I can email it. I can post it to a shared network location so that I can give access to people that don't necessarily have the ability to log into SalesLogix and get that information themselves. All right, and then let's go over into the social buzz. Our report is still running. It's going to notify me when it's done. This is our other social media view. So we've treated this a little bit like groups, something that you're already familiar with. I could take a keyword or a hashtag, and I could search the Twitterverse and find all of the posts on that, or I can save them. So I have access to them regularly. And we'll go to the SalesLogix one here, for instance, and we can see all of the SalesLogix partner testimonials out here. And maybe we want to take action on this. So again, just like the LinkedIn feed in the social profile, I have SalesLogix integration. I can come in and create that new note or even a new lead or opportunity based off of this. And then we also have the traditional activity fly-out menu here. All right, and that is my notification that my report is done. So we'll go look at our job notifications. So you'll probably remember that Jim was talking about one of the new 8.0 features of job services. Here's an example of that with our job notification. And I can go in and pull the report directly down from here, or I could go into the reports view and see it from the history tab there as well. All right, but here's some other social integration. We have the ability to reply, to retweet. We're going to go ahead and favorite that one, and it would have me log in, which I'm not going to do right now. But so I've got my traditional Twitter capabilities that I like to use, and then I've also got my actual SalesLogix integration here. So So that sums up the social, the participants, as well as the new reporting capability. Let's go back into one of our contacts. Oops, I meant to select contacts there, not accounts. And we're going to talk about the Outlook integration. So we're going to go to Kevin's account here, and we're going to go ahead and send him an email. You'll notice that we still have the Send SLX option here, but we are redesigning this capability now, so there's not as many clicks to get through. We also have the ability to drill into the SalesLogix library. So if I go into the toolbar here, I can go into inserting a file that marketing has already posted, or maybe your support team already has knowledge-based articles or product information, things that I want to drill into and attach to the actual email. So we can come in and grab something like, our Lenovo instructions here, and then go ahead and send that through SalesLogix. Conversely, when we go into our email, oops, give me just 1 second here. I can't tab over this way. There we go. Let's go into our inbox here. And we've got our new options. So we can come in and go into our options. They're all in one screen, so I don't have to dig around for them. This is where we determine the URL that we're going to synchronize with and our account or use Windows authentication. All of our sync options are here, so I can choose the groups that I want to sync contacts for, what folder they go into, what's the direction that we're synchronizing. Is it bi-directional, or is it one way, either SalesLogix to Outlook or Outlook to SalesLogix? We have our calendar and tasking synchronization, and we have all of our intervals here. We also have our default recording options. So how do we want to handle the various different duplicate contacts, unresolved contacts, displaying all of our trade notifications. This is brand new. I love this because I don't like to record signature attachments in my database, as I'm sure you don't either. So I can choose file names that I want to be ignored so that they're not automatically recorded under that attachment tab. And really all it is that signature attachment. So I'm able to exclude those now from my database, saving space, saving, cleaning up generally just my data integrity overall. We have our address book options here. Not much has changed here. We've just put them all in one place. And we have all of our logging. So we can enable any type of logging in case we have any type of errors that have to happen with that. All right, so that concludes the live demonstration of the 8.1 features. We'll turn it back over to Jim.
Great, thank you, Emily. Let me get this going here. All right, we've got several promotions going on between now and the end of the year that we're working with Swiftpage on. If you buy any 20 licenses, you get a free Apple iPad. 100 licenses, you get a Lenovo IdeaPad. If you're interested, you're thinking about buying those licenses, hopefully this will be an incentive for you to reach out. Give us a call. We can help you get that pushed through and get you your tablet. We also, there's a new license model that's been introduced with the SalesLogix and the mobile, and that's a mobile-only user license. You can, if you're getting a subscription of that on the cloud, it's $25 per user per month. You can also take advantage of it currently on your on-prem version as well, or if you already have licenses, you can add them for, if you're already in the cloud, $25 a month, or if you're on-prem or you have your own data, you can get them for $3.95 a user plus the maintenance and support for that. So reach out to Infinity. We'll be glad to discuss all of the options with you on that. Our next steps is, reach out to us for a personalized demonstration. We can help, talk to Infinity. We'll help you, how do we get the upgrade done? How do we implement the new features? What is the, what's available to you at this point? And you can consider leveraging those mobile users. If you have any questions, concerns, thoughts, please do reach out to your account manager, send an email to sales@infinity.com, or just reach out to me. and I'll make sure that it's either myself or someone will get back to you, and we'll help you along the way. I wanted to introduce Jakob Wierzynski. He would like to have a few remarks. Jakob?
Yes, thank you. First, I want to thank, again, for all the people who attended the seminar today, and I want to thank you for the business. I know with all the changes that took place at SalesLogix, I think you had a good opportunity today to get a good peek at the roadmap. I mean, from my perspective and all the people at Infinity, we're really excited because you can see from where the roadmap and also some of the things associated with SalesLogix directions, with the new version, with the mobile platform, with the Engage platform are really exciting. So we definitely want to continue the relationship with all of you and kind of work hand to hand as you're looking to potentially upgrade your current system to the latest version. And I think from talking to many of the people at Swiftpage, I just met this morning with the president of Swiftpage, in my office as well. We're really excited. As I said, they're making big investments in the SalesLogix platform, and we're really excited at Infinity as well to continue support and enhance the journey of implementing this kind of a technology. So I want to thank you again on behalf of all the people at Infinity that are earning your trust and earning the opportunity to work with you every day in the implementations. As Jim mentioned, if there's anything we can do from our side to help you as you're looking at a roadmap, transitioning to the latest version, if you're not there yet, we'd be happy to have presentation sessions one-on-one. We also are planning to have a customer event over the next couple of months. We'll be more communication about it and have some of the Swiftpage executives attend as well. But so again, I want to wish to many of you a happy and healthy New Year. Thank you again for giving us the opportunity to work with you and earn your trust. And looking forward, from my perspective, continuing the journey with all of you. And again, thank you.
Thank you, Jakob. We're going to open it up now to the questions that have come in. We're going to do a little Q&A. If you haven't already, or if you have any questions, please go ahead and type those into the question window. Matt, have we had any questions?
Yes, I am seeing a couple questions, and like Jim said, if anybody else has questions, feel free to enter those into the question box on the right-hand side of your screen. But right off the bat, Jim, I'm seeing here, is there a cost to upgrading?
There's no cost for the licensing if you're current on your maintenance and support. So that is part of the maintenance and support you pay each year. But we can help you identify what the effort is to get you migrated or upgraded to the latest version. So you can work with your Infinity team, figure out what the actual effort is and timeline, and we can get that scheduled.
Great, thanks. They're coming in fast and furious, so here we go. We've got, have there been any performance improvements done with version 8 or 8.1?
There have. Emily, can you speak to any of that? I know that they've written, I know with 8.1 they're looking at, we're pulling off a lot of the pieces and putting on the process side, like with the reports and things like that. And they're also, I know that they're looking at optimizing queries that are being sent. I think 8.0, they put all the images into one image file, so only one file is downloaded instead of downloading images each time. Emily, you know of any others?
No, you're right on there. Just from an overall strategy perspective, 8.0 had a lot of performance enhancements with that, and now with 8.1 we're starting to move things server side to further enhance performance from the web client perspective. So from an overall strategy, performance is high on our priority list, and I think you'd probably see most of the performance improvements in 8.0, and then as time goes on, we move more things server side, you'll see more and more on that.
Great.
Moving right along, the next question here is the what's new feature still available in the web client?
Yes. It's probably just not enabled on my site if they just didn't see it. There's a chance the button's just not on that demo site.
Got it. Up next, I've got what version is Mobile 3 compatible with?
So Mobile 3 is compatible with 8.0 and for 8.1.
What is the upgrade path from 7.5.4 to 8.1?
So there's a few things. If you're on the LAN, it's very much in line with previous upgrades where we can do the like-for-like upgrade and test your customizations to make sure that we include any of the enhancements that are included with the 8.1 platform into your screen, or make the decision as to which screen we should go with. It's very similar to the existing upgrade path where it's just a lot of technology changes on the executable side. Your customizations can still come forward. And that's for LAN and for web.
Great. Next I've got, does the 8.1 platform have any new integration support?
The 8.1 is also, there's been enhancements to the S-data model, which will help you build the integrations. I know that there are a lot of third-party products around marketing and such that are taking advantage of the S-data model to build the integration, so there's definitely more availability for that. But out of the box, we were kind of talking a little bit about they're going to be redoing the Exchange Link integration, and the Outlook sync has been redone. So there's been a few of those kind of changes.
Yeah, and to add on to that, Jim, we've also got X3 integration. So X3 integration is now compatible with SalesLogix 8.0 and higher. So that S-data integration platform enables us to really take advantage of tapping into back office and front office, as well as the other integrations that you mentioned.
Thank you.
There is one more question. Before I address it, I just wanted to remind everyone once again, if you do have any more questions, feel free to enter them in the box on the right-hand side. And the one remaining question I'll actually field, it says, can we be sent a copy of the slides, and will a recording link be shared? And absolutely, the slide deck and the recording of this webinar will be made available to everyone. And it appears as though that is all of the questions.
All right. So if there's nothing else, I'm just dragging on here a little bit to give people a little bit more time to be able to type in their question.
Jim, while we're waiting, I'd like the opportunity to also promote that we will be showing more in-depth 8.1 demonstrations on our public demo. I believe Infinity supports, or at least has a redirect to the Swiftpage SalesLogix demo site. So some things that will be coming on the horizon to help if people are more interested on what's included and what the interface looks like. We will be hosting several of those each month. I think one a week, at least 3 a month though. And then we also have some videos coming out that will be posted on our site around our mobile solution, our new mobile version 3, that will be specific about how to take advantage of mobile, how it benefits your business, because as time goes on, more and more CRM and mobile are becoming very tightly intertwined. And for your users that are really out in the field and maybe they're using an offline synchronization model and you want to get away from that, mobile might be a good thing to look at.
Great. Great.
We did just get one more question. 2 more questions.
Yeah, I knew if I prolonged it long enough, I would get something.
What we did get here is we got, how does the mobile app compare to the mobile client in 7.5.4?
So the mobile client for the 3.0 has been rewritten, and it's got a lot more capabilities to it, and feels more intuitive as a mobile app. where you have the contextual menus on the right and left, where rather than it being very scrollable, it's more interactive. It's got the totem icon, so you can get to quick actions. It's a much better user experience, as well as being more intuitive.
In addition to that, we've also added support for speed search, attachments, signature attachments. So that was a huge request from people in the service industry that now are going out with tablets and accepting payments and wanting to have signature capture and attachment support, being able to take a picture and upload it to a ticket. That kind of thing came with mobile version 3. And then primarily around the key performance metrics, so dashboards, the notifications and alerts, and then also the hashtag filtering.
And then we have one more here, and I'm going to read this one out. We might have to go back to you for clarification on the question, but it says here, I'm interested in the social timeline. Can that work like an email timeline in that I can create actions that come in from emails?
No, but that's a great idea. That's something that I would definitely recommend we share with product management. We're going to continue to expand on our social story. It might be something that could be built out custom if that was a really critical business requirement for you, because SalesLogix does have a development platform. But that's great feedback. I'll definitely submit that to our product management team. So you're talking about the social timeline, being able to see the email history. You might actually be able to see that on the account timeline already, but it doesn't combine them with social. Social and the original timeline are separate tabs. Great question, though.
And it appears that's all for the questions.
Okay, great. I want to take the opportunity to thank everyone for joining us today. We really are excited about the future of SalesLogix and to continue to bring you the innovations as they're rolled out. Please do reach out to anyone here at Infinity. If you have questions, you can always drop me a note, and hope to talk to you all soon.